Hey y'all, what's up? It's Loren LoRosa here talking about my guys over at Top Dog Law. Now you've heard the name, you've seen them around, and if you've ever been in a car accident, slip and fall, or even a worksite injury, you already know the move. Top Dog Law is where you call to get every dollar you deserve. Don't settle for nothing small because nothing should be small this season. Top Dog fights for real results, big cases, big wins, and you don't have to pay them a dime unless they win for you. It's a free consultation, no pressure, just real talk about what your case could be worth. Call now or check them out on Instagram at Top Dog Law or hit up topdoglaw.com. Let the top dogs handle it. Now, let's get back to the show.
Hold up. Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
There's an exclusive report via Deadline that President Trump is now seriously considering pardoning Sean Diddy Combs ahead of his sentencing.
Anything to get these Epstein headlines out the news, huh?
This ain't gonna last for too long. Epstein will be right back in a second. So basically, according to this report, they have these sources that they do not reveal. But according to these sources, there are serious and heavy conversations happening right now in response to Diddy's sentencing or the awaiting for Diddy's sentencing. Now, this report says that they've reached out to Diddy's attorneys, his lead attorneys, including Mark Agnifilio, who had no comment on this. But according to this report, several associates of the much accused and currently incarcerated Sean Diddy Combs have been pitching the White House. Other insiders confirmed that the topic has leveled up from just another Trump weave into an actionable event. So you know how people be like, oh, he's just doing that for the headlines or to distract, to something that he is seriously considering found after the finding of Diddy being partially guilty in his NYC sex trafficking trial earlier this month. Now, y'all remember Trump was asked about this, and he said, you know, he said he basically had to see all the details and see how things like played out.
He wanted to make sure they were treating Diddy fair. He said, I think something like that.
Now things have been played out, and we're here. I mean, the sentencing hasn't happened, and I think right now, of course, what people are waiting on is what will the sentencing be. But I do think that this is, I could see this being a thing. For sure.
President Donald Trump is very social media savvy, and he knows that nobody moves the needle more on social media than black people. Okay, black Twitter amplifies everything, and that's why so many things he's been flooding the zone with this week have been about black people. I'm going to arrest Barack Obama. Beyonce, Kamala Harris, Al Sharpton need to be investigated. Now, let me throw out there that I'm thinking about pardoning Diddy. Maybe this will push these Epstein headlines out of the news. Maybe this will push out, these headlines about Ghislaine Maxwell offering to testify before Congress on Jeffrey Epstein if she is pardoned.
Hey, yo, he said that he got Beyonce. He got to investigate Beyonce.
Yes.
Yeah, because of some money.
They're saying that Kamala Harris gave $11 million to perform and endorse her.
It was Beyonce, Oprah, and Al Sharpton he called up.
Yeah, he dropped the whole BET list.
But what Trump doesn't realize is his base. Those MAGA supporters, the people who voted for Trump, it's more of them than it is black Twitter. And those are the people who won't stop talking about the Epstein files. Those are the people who are going to keep calling out the obvious cover up. So trying to change the temperature with black people, that's not going to work. And at this rate, by Friday, Trump going to be offering black people reparations.
He better.
I guarantee he's going to be like, know what black people need? Reparations.
Now that
I got a couple trillion right now that I guarantee you that's by at this rate by Friday. He gonna be saying that.
But what I don't understand, if he's allegedly all over them Epstein files, right? Why would he stand on when I get in office, I'm going to release them?
Because
I mean that's anything to get in office, right?
I don't understand why. Like why he would go so hard if he's all over them.
That's the point.
To win, right? I mean, like to.
That's the point.
That was the whole point, right? For him to win.
I think but also too, I think it's just more of like if you say that, then people are like, oh, it must not be much on there because why would he want it to come out? Why would he be okay with it? And then we back off. But
this was during his campaign, right? Yeah, no, to vote for him because that's what's right.
Yeah,
so
I'm adding in addition to
because
you.
He cares about what's right. Right.
But it was more so his people around him. He never really stood on it. Like when they asked him when he declassified, he said, "Yeah, but not so much as other things because there's a lot of lies that could be in the files." Basically, is what he said on Fox and Friends.
But did he release any of the files that he said? What about the alien files that he said he was going to release? And
he released MLK, I think some of JFK. I ain't seen nothing about no aliens.
Remember, because he said the aliens, he said JFK, he said Martin Luther King, he said it was a whole bunch of files he was supposed to release.
He did. I remember him going heavy on the aliens.
By the way, that's another black person he did. So it wasn't just
What, the aliens?
I thought aliens black.
Shut up. It wasn't just
aliens got a face.
He said Barack should be arrested. Beyonce, Al Sharpton, and Oprah need to be investigated, and then they threw out the MLK files. That's all of it is to try to distract black people because he know y'all so silly.
Well, look, I don't listen. First of all, if he dropped reparations on Friday, Epstein is definitely back of the bus. Like, people not going to really want to talk about
You
that.
gonna fall for it, even though it's an obvious trick?
Dad, say yes. Tell the truth.
Kick the ball, Charlie Brown.
I don't
Go
think.
kick the ball, Charlie
I don't
Brown.
think that anything
Kick
that
the ball,
he
go kick the
says
ball,
is
Charlie
actually going to happen,
then.
especially
So-
when it comes to reparations. But to your
Stop.
point,
Stop.
if he drops that on Friday, I promise you nobody's going to be talking about Epstein.
That's silly.
At least
Then
for
y'all- then-
at least
then
until
y'all just-
Monday.
Then y'all just as silly as he think y'all is.
Well,
Niggas.
also happening to.
With the hard age.
What else you got? What else you got?
No, I just was going to mention. So we've been talking a lot about like the sentencing and what will happen October 3rd. So today, as I'm told, there's going to be a filing that's going to be happening. There were certain filings and letters to be submitted before Prosecutor Comey was fired. That the judge said, "Hey, I want both sides to have a conversation about what sentencing should look like based on laws that we've seen prior to people who've been arrested and jailed and blah blah blah." I'm told today there will be something filed there on both sides, a conversation about like what the sentencing guideline would be, but also something in relation to bail as well too, because that's been a conversation. It's $50 million bail package that Diddy just submitted yesterday. So we'll see what that filing will be, and we'll get more into it. But from what I'm told, it'll address a lot of questions that people have about what bail should or shouldn't look like, and what sentencing should or shouldn't look like. And I told y'all I think that this is something, all this being stirred up and expedited a bit because Comey was fired. But I don't have it exact, but I'm on to something here, I think.
Okay. All right.
And listen, that man called up here and requested Black Men United, we will know. And you going to play that because that's one of my favorite songs ever.
Got it.
There's not too many songs that make me as happy as this record right here. This is one of the greatest songs ever recorded.
If Trump played that on Friday, would you be distracted?
Leave me alone. Black Men United, We Will Know is playing next.
We're going to play that on, all right? So the latest with Loren. Thank you, Loren.
Hold up. Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?